This week on Wisconsin Foodie.
Keith!
Kyle, how are you?
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Well, you're going to teach me how to rifle shoot. I'm good with shotguns, but this is a whole new acumen.
You know, precision is a good thing, but when you're shooting at deer, there's a basketball-sized vital organ area in a deer. There you go. Where'd you hit it?
Totally missed the target.
This is probably the most legit blaze orange. Did your grandmother knit you for it?
When they knit you a blaze orange stocking cap, you'll know you've arrived. We've got a lot of interest from young adults who want to hunt because of the food. We've got a lot of hunters, active hunters, who hunt to gather food, to participate in conservation, to be a part of the ecosystem.
I've been hunting ever since I was 12, and we used to shoot our deer and butcher it. It was just kind of a family tradition. When they asked me to do this segment, it's like, well, every time I've butchered a deer, I've always had a beer.
Wisconsin Foodie would like to thank the following underwriters for their support: Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board and the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin. Society Insurance, small details, big difference. Outpost Natural Foods Co-op. Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Illing Company, creating packaging solutions for you. Fab Wisconsin, the regional food and beverage industry cluster. The Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board and the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin are proud to support Wisconsin Foodie, helping viewers celebrate our state's vibrant food culture. With nearly 11,000 family dairy farms, the Wisconsin dairy industry generates more than $26 billion annually for the Wisconsin economy and brings recognition to the state for producing award-winning cheeses.
I've had Society Insurance for my restaurant from the beginning because I know they understand my business and how it's evolving and how the industry is evolving. You're going to have the coverage and the support you need for your unique operation.
The Milwaukee region has the highest concentration of jobs in food, beverage, and ingredients manufacturing in the nation. From production to processing, right down to our plates, our regional food industry offers career opportunities to fulfill your dreams and feed the world.
All right, so we're about 20 minutes out of the city where the tall buildings are, and we're heading to Eagle, Wisconsin to meet with my buddy Keith from the DNR. He's the man to teach me some of the finer points of rifle skills and hunter safety so that we can engage in that great Wisconsin tradition called the deer hunt.
Kyle, how are you?
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what brings you here?
Well, you're going to teach me how to rifle shoot. I'm good with shotguns, but this is a whole new acumen.
All right, another step in the progression. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Cool.
All right, we'll start out at the 25-yard range. Get the gun sighted in, get you sighted in, make sure we're good to go.
Cool.
You know, precision is a good thing, but when you're shooting at deer, there's a basketball-sized vital organ area in a deer. Your job is just to put a hole in the basketball.
You don't have to hit the NBA logo. You just have to get the basketball.
That's right. That's
I feel I could do this.
Okay. Okay, what you'll be shooting today is a fairly standard caliber for Wisconsin deer rifles. This is a bolt action rifle. It loads this bolt, puts the ammunition into the chamber, takes the empty shell out of the chamber. This is what's called a 3-position safety. It's on full safe now. The gun trigger cannot be pulled. The bolt cannot be opened. half safe, so you can see half of the red circle.
Yep.
You can open the bolt, load and unload ammunition, but the gun will not fire. The trigger still won't pull. And then that's fully fire, off safe. The bolt operates and the trigger pulls and the gun will go off. So that's the last move you make before you pull the trigger on a deer. And you keep it on full safe once it's loaded until you are ready to shoot. So before we do anything, just sit down, put that gun nice and tightly in your shoulder.
Yep.
And look through the scope. It's not loaded. Now what you should do, put the safety off and pull the trigger. Finger off the trigger.
Okay.
Safety off, finger off the trigger, out of the trigger guard. Now put your finger in there and squeeze. Don't pull, squeeze. Nope, that's the Accu trigger. Squeeze that down. Now squeeze. There you go. You're done.
Whole different
Now
feeling.
work the bolt. Put the safety on. Okay, ready?
Yep.
All right. All right.
It's live ammunition and it's a target I want to hit.
It's live ammunition. We'll go with 2. So this just slides in here like that, and you push it up till it clicks. Okay, so you need to put the safety on half safe. Look up. Work the bolt, because you got to get a bullet in the chamber.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Close the Accu trigger and squeeze. There you go. Where'd you hit it?
I totally missed the target.
Ooh, that was not a bad shot at all.
Yeah, where was it?
Just a little bit down, about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I can see
off the bullseye.
Good.
Hey.
Good.
All right. I'm feeling better about this already.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
So, you're a better shot than I am. You're a better shooter than I am already. But when it comes to hunting,
I was just
it's an
gonna say,
entirely different story. Yeah.
as my brothers who all hunted used to say when I was growing up, there's a lot of air around that deer.
Yeah. All right, one more, and I think we can go check the target.
Yeah.
It's a good trigger pull.
Fingers are freezing. Oh, look at that!
Okay, so what you did here is a beautiful 5-shot group.
Sweet.
You know, we're shooting at about 25, 30 yards here today, but this is going to translate into a good group at 100 yards as well.
I didn't expect I'd do this well. Having shot shotguns all my life, the only guns I've ever shot, I did not think I'd do that well with a rifle. I'm keeping this baby. Thanks, buddy.
Yep, take care of yourself.
See you out in
See you
the
soon.
trees. Yeah.
All right.
There's some blaze orange in there.
We're going deer hunting.
There's blaze orange, a couple of rifles, and a lawn chair.
And a couple of other stools. You got to be comfortable when you're deer hunting. We're going to be sitting out there for a couple of hours at least.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go meet Brenda.
Good, good.
Hey Brenda, how you doing? This is Kyle Cherrick.
Hi Kyle, nice
Brenda
to meet you.
VonRueden
Nice to
is
meet
the
you.
property owner who's allowed us to deer hunt here today.
So we're going to be hunting on your farm?
Yep.
Good, okay. I promise not to shoot any corn.
Perfect.
Brenda's got some blinds back there and a little hunting shed for us. And there have been deer out there, not a whole lot lately, but let's hope for the best.
It sounds like you got us all set up.
Yep, we'll load your equipment in the UTV and I'll take you out back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you ready? Let's load up.
It's cozy. This is like a hunter's clown car. This is so homey, Brenda. It's like a little house in the deer hunt. I thought it'd be a little bit more rustic.
No, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Take a little while to get unloaded here.
So this is my blaze orange, right?
That's yours.
Hard to sneak up on anybody with
I lost the compass here.
a sense of fluorescentness.
Well, deer don't see blaze orange. They see it as some sort of shade. They don't see reds, so they see blaze orange as some kind of a shade of gray.
Huh.
They see blue, so you don't want to wear blue jeans when you're deer hunting.
This is probably the most legit blaze orange. Did your grandmother knit you for it?
My mother knitted
Your
that
mother
for me,
knit
yes.
this for you?
Yes,
That
she
is,
did. When they knit you a blaze orange stocking cap, you'll know you've arrived.
Okay, so this is where we set up camp. Or at least a blind.
Yeah.
All right, let's give this thing a whirl.
We are on private land, and this is not required, but it is a safety measure. That's probably a good idea since we are gun deer hunting. We are putting some blaze orange on the outside of the blind, so if there are other hunters around, it's more likely that they'll be able to see us than they'll see this blaze orange than to see a big camo blind. So it's just a little added safety measure for us.
We want that. So is this the gun that I did target practice with?
This the one and the same.
Right on.
So you should be pretty familiar with it. You'll want to be turned a little bit maybe to the, there you go.
Yeah.
And well, now what I would do is I would practice. You always want to practice. So
how often when you've been hunting is it you get a deer and they're in a thicket like this, some brush, versus out in the open when you can really see that basketball, that clean kill spot?
Mostly in the woods or at the edge of the woods is where you'll get a good shot at deer, at least in this kind of hunting conditions.
All right, so let's talk about when I shoot this deer. And I thank it for its gift, and then I've got to butcher it. What's that process all about, Keith? Walk me through what I'm going to do.
If you kill a deer, when you kill a deer, the first thing we're going to have to do is put a tag on it. And we'll go up and we'll tag it with a zip tie through the ear, fill out the tag properly, and then you'll need to field dress it or gut it out. And that involves basically a long cut right up the abdomen to remove the innards, the heart, lungs, stomachs, livers, intestines, all of those kind of things. Clean it out so it starts cooling down as rapidly as possible. And then from wherever it dies, you're going to have to drag it back to where we can get picked up by Brenda and the mule. So fortunately, I brought a drag rope for you. So when you kill a deer, we'll loop the rope around its neck and you can grab the other end and drag it back. Then we have to go and process the deer. Basically butcher it, cut it up into steaks, roasts, and I don't know where we want to do that. We can do that at your house. We could do that at my house. We could perhaps do that at MATC with the head chef.
All right, are we making too much noise?
Well, we're probably talking a little bit too loud. We can sit here and continue the conversation while we're talking quietly.
So it's been a couple hours, and we're here in the blind. Every once in a while, I get excited to see some leaves falling or shadows change. Look through binoculars and hoping we're going to see a deer on the edge of this forest. I'm ready to hunt. Do you sense a flavor difference depending on when you harvest the deer, based on what they've been eating, where they are in their diet, where they are in nature's cycle?
Not so much that, but where they are in the habitat. So these are farmland deer. They're eating a lot of alfalfa, acorns, corn. So that's a different flavor than you're going to get from a deer in far northern Wisconsin that's been eating a lot of cedar, maybe even white pine, and interspersed in there with some acorns that it can find. So it's different flavors. You know, they say that pronghorn is already pre-seasoned with sage. They feed on sagebrush all the time.
So hunting, we've talked about this before, it is farm to table. I mean, the local food movement, trend nationally, psyche, right?
Right. We've got a lot of interest from young adults who want to hunt because of the food. We've got a lot of hunters, active hunters, who hunt to gather food, to participate in conservation, to be a part of the ecosystem. We find that we the two groups aren't really sure that the two groups actually exist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once we kind of open the door and show us old hunters, there's this whole group of people who wants to learn from us.
Right.
You know, the opportunities are boundless, and show this group of people who's inherently interested in hunting because of their social beliefs and their social context. It's an eye-opening experience for everyone involved who may just not have realized up to that point that the two positions, the two groups were there, and really are just one group.
It's Bigfoot. Bigfoot's walking through the forest out there.
Well, Keith, sun's setting over our shoulders, over our blind. I'm gonna let you call it. You're the expert here.
Well, it's the end of a long day of waiting. We didn't see any deer. I think we had a good time, but you know, hunting is 90% persistence and just keeping at it. So I think we gave it a good try, but we've got some nice hot venison roast waiting for us back at the farm, which is sounding pretty good right about now.
It's sounding great, and I would never say this was a day wasted. The splendor
Not at all.
that we sat in the middle of. I'm a little bummed. I'm a lot bummed.
Just learning how to try is important, and
Yeah.
you know, now in the future we'll be able to get out and do this again, and we'll close the circle.
Well, we're going to close the circle regardless, because there's venison roast waiting back at the house, and that is as beautiful of a closed circle as a foodie like me can think of.
Hey Brenda, thanks for coming to get us.
Sure, no problem. How was your hunt?
We had a lot of hunt conversation. Very few deer, very light on the deer.
All right, well, I'll get you back up.
All right.
Perfect.
Shed, sweet shed.
Thank you.
Where's the deer?
They're out there.
Good question.
They're out there, aren't they?
Come on, you guys playing cards or what?
Yeah, we wish we'd brought some. All right. So which part, what did you slow roast in here?
That's the roast, whatever the cut. I
It's a
don't
muscle from the back leg,
From
I'm
the back
sure,
leg, yeah,
right?
okay. Good. I don't know, I don't feel that I should, for a guy
You're
who
it.
sat in a blind all day and didn't shoot a thing, but I don't feel like I should be the one serving.
We don't have waiters here.
This doesn't, we don't have them in my house either. Oh, wow, does that smell great. Here you go, buddy.
Thank you.
Yep. So this is legit Wisconsin. This is from a deer that you hunted.
I chased it out and she shot it.
Yeah,
Can you
he
believe
chased
that?
it out for me.
What a good team.
I'm always the dog.
You'll have a very successful marriage. You figured that one out.
You want salt and pepper or anything?
This is delicious, just the way it is. This is
It is
part of my
nice and slow
childhood.
and moist.
This is growing up in Wisconsin. It's one of the flavors I grew up with in a hunting family.
Did you braise this first?
Oh, I just put it in the slow cooker with a little bit of broth, like a beef broth base, and then garlic and onions and celery and seasoning, and cooked it all day. And that's it. Pretty simple.
It's such a great protein. You don't need to mess with it that much.
It's easy to
It's
do.
right there. Yeah, it's so delicious. So the last time I went hunting with you, I had delicious pheasant at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
This time, I'm having this amazing venison roast.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, Brenda, thank you so much for letting us hunt on your land, or at least try to. Buddy, here's to hunting with you. It always ends up well.
It always ends up well. We know how to hook you up. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Come back again.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be a lot of fun. We got quite the look back there at the elevator.
Yeah, I'm
Did
sure
you see?
people are wondering what we're up to.
Special delivery?
Yes.
I've been hunting ever since I was 12. And we used to shoot our deer and butcher it. It was just kind of a family tradition. It was just part of what you did every fall.
So today on Wisconsin Foodie, we're going to show you what to do with that deer once you've got it.
Have you guys ever met?
We've never met. Keith Warnke.
Jack Kaestner, nice
to meet you.
All right.
Okay.
Grab a knife.
Grab a knife. We're going to take off the front shoulder first, and then after we get the front shoulders off, we'll take the back straps out. The back straps are right here, along either side of the spine. Then we'll move around to the front, and we'll take out what's called the tenderloins. And after each of these pieces come out, they can be butchered up separately into the cuts of meat that they're supposed to be. And the final thing that's going to come off then are the hindquarters. And from the hindquarters, you get several roasts and a lot of stew and burger meat. It was intentional that this deer was shot through the heart and through the rib cage because there can be some lead fragmentation around the wound itself. So when you cut around this, you want to leave a wide margin of waste that you don't use. We purposely avoided shooting deer in the shoulders because there's a lot of good meat here that can get ruined by a bullet.
I mean, it's just a beautiful animal, and it is hard to think of shooting it. I mean, everyone thinks, oh, Bambi, you know, it makes it all real. I mean, because we're so used to just seeing boxes of meat come in and you don't really think about it. And what's funny, we put this on Facebook a couple days ago, you know, people wanted to be part of this demo, and within like 4 minutes, we had enough volunteers for it. It was just, everyone jumped on it. And then, I mean, we wheeled in the carcass, put it up, and everyone was kind of like looking at it. But, you know, this go through the whole thing is just great. What do you say about the hair?
Well, the hair doesn't add or detract from the flavor at all. You wipe it down with a damp towel very lightly and most of the hair will come off. Otherwise, by the time you're done trimming that, most of it's going to be gone. I'm sure there's a different flavor between beef and venison. My kids were raised on venison and they won't eat beef. They just don't like it. And myself, when it comes to a really good steak, I'm okay with a really good beef steak, but it doesn't have the amount of flavor to me that venison does. So it's not gamey, but it certainly is flavor. Okay, it's nice to work with people who've handled knives before. We're teaching that class, and we got people who go,
oh, you can have to stab each other?
well, or they're, you know, kind of just poking at the thing. You're not going to hurt it, it's already dead, you know. These guys know what they're doing.
When they asked me to do this segment, it's like, well, every time I've butchered a deer, I've always had a beer.
Leinenkugels. Good local beer.
Good local beer. Well, little did I know, all this little Saturday afternoons we harvested deer would come back, and I'd actually be on TV for it.
Yeah, but it's kind of a great thing when you're thinking about, you know, local Wisconsin type food for a Wisconsin foodie. It doesn't get any more Wisconsin than this. And you know, for me, I get a lot bigger sense of pride in the food that's on the table.
Yep.
When it was from hunting with my family and my kids are out there with me. Actually, I didn't shoot a deer this year. My youngest daughter is the only one in my family who killed them. So the cost of this was all quality family time, which you want to spend anyway. $24 for a deer hunting license. You've got a long-term capital investment in the gun. If you're buying the really expensive ones, they're $2 a bullet. A bullet's worth of venison here, that we're going to end up with a good 40, 50 pounds worth of meat for the cost of a $24 license. And you can shoot more than one deer in a year with that license. You get your time with family and friends, that's great.
Wisconsin Foodie would like to thank the following underwriters for their support: Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board and the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin. Society Insurance, small details, big difference. Outpost Natural Foods Co-op, Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Illing Company, creating packaging solutions for you. Fab Wisconsin, the regional food and beverage industry cluster. the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. WMSE 91.7 FM, Frontier Radio. The Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board and the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin are proud to support Wisconsin Foodie, helping viewers celebrate our state's vibrant food culture. With nearly 11,000 family dairy farms, the Wisconsin dairy industry generates more than $26 billion annually for the Wisconsin economy and brings recognition to the state for producing award-winning cheeses.
I've had Society Insurance for my restaurant from the beginning because I know they understand my business and how it's evolving and how the industry is evolving. You're going to have the coverage and the support you need for your unique operation.
The Milwaukee region has the highest concentration of jobs in food, beverage, and ingredients manufacturing in the nation. From production to processing, right down to our plates, our regional food industry offers career opportunities to fulfill your dreams and feed the world.
How did you guess that my mother had knitted that blazer?
I just know these things. Well, I'm in your hands, Doctor.
All right, I'm not sure that's the best decision, but we'll make the most of it.
It's what we got.
It's all we got. And so if you want to talk
and look ridiculous,
you can.
This is awesome.
Look like Mickey Mouse.
That's what I'm talking. This is now.
Yeah, Brenda is so super accommodating. You know, last week I set this whole thing up. She didn't even know. And then I think it must have been Monday. I said, "You're going to be there, right? You're going to have to be on TV a lot. You're going to be like the star of this show." I know.
I didn't do mine either.
Yeah.